Diabetic is one of the top topics of the day today and the biggest money spinner, which is where people are being cheated. I'm very sorry to say this, but people are cheated. In fact, diabetes is not a disease at all. So we will just go into detail what exactly diabetes is and how we can treat it through acupuncture. Sorry. Okay. Diabetes, what is diabetes is as understood by modern medicine. See, they say that your pancreas has lost its ability to produce insulin. So, the sugar, what is being manufactured? Sugar is manufactured from glucose. Okay. Is not taken inside the cell. So, there is a lot of accumulation of sugar in the system, and there is not enough sugar available for the cells to produce the energy, so they start losing weight, etc. etc. This is what is how they are, how it is being understood. That is main thing is it is this pancreas. It is this pancreas which has lost its ability to produce insulin. The insulin is the one which takes the sugar inside. Generally, what happens when you take your food? The carbohydrates it is broken, and then it is energy is glucose. It is burnt in the mitochondria in the cells, and that produces energy for you to act. The excess glucose, which is being manufactured in the body, it is stored in the liver and in the muscles. So whenever the sugar is required, they are drawn out with the help of adrenaline. Then it satisfies the cells. That is why, what is the indication? Why there is hunger? Hunger means that the cells are wanting glucose. It says, I want glucose, I want glucose. Please feed me. That is, it is not available in the blood, but it is there available in your liver and muscles. But the blood, it is not. So it is wanting to act safely so that you eat, so more sugar is produced, then it is utilized. That is how the mechanism of the body works automatically. It senses. That is why it produces hunger. So excess glucose is stored in the liver and muscles, and it is wanted with the help of adrenaline. It is taken. So you have hunger. Then, if you don't eat, what happens? After some time, you will not have any hunger. The hunger is gone. Oh, it is gone because there the adrenaline works, and then it removes the sugar and feeds the cells. The hunger is gone. Then after some time, you will get hungry. That is the indication. That is how the body speaks to you. You should listen to your body. So eat only when you are hungry. Okay, this is how it is being understood. So my question to the modern medicine is, what is the function of a kidney? The function of the kidney is to throw toxic material. This detoxification agent throws out, filters and throws out. So sugar is a thing what is wanted by the body. We require body sugar. But why the kidneys are throwing it? Why it is coming in the urine? That is the first basic question. Why it should come? So people say, some of the reason when I ask this question, say there is very big threshold on the kidney because of excess sugar. Because of excess sugar. That is why the kidney is throwing it out. Then I asked, there are some people who have high amount of blood sugar, but they may not have urine sugar. High amount of blood sugar is there. As per your theory, it should throw out in the urine. Why it is not coming out? For that matter, suppose you have high cholesterol. So is that cholesterol excreted through the urine? It is not. So function, because my kidneys are all right. My kidneys are fine. So when my kidneys are fine, why it should throw this should? What is the function of the kidney? Is to throw only toxins it should. So the answer, they could not give the answer, correct answer. So the understanding of diabetes itself is wrong. Understanding itself is wrong. But we have to find out why it is throwing away. So what acupuncture says is it is a toxic sugar. What do you mean by toxic sugar? Sugar, well, how can there be a toxic sugar? The toxic sugar is that sugar will not burn properly in your mitochondria. Suppose you are cooking, those days, they used to cook in the firewood. Put it in the fire. So, if the firewood is wet, will it burn? It will burn, but it will burn with a lot of smoke. So, how can there be efficiency? But smoke, what we call it as, is the oxidation. So, when that sugar is burned, then there will be a lot of oxidation happening in your system. I will come to oxidation. A lot of oxidation will happen in the system. That means there will be a lot of waste because the fire is not proper. It's burning with a lot of smoke. Oxidation, you can say, you can compare it with sinters. What is sinters? When you burn, a lot of small puri they call it. A lot of small things will come. So that is oxidation. You come like that and then you come like that. So in those days, when the fireplace, they used to have the mesh so that the sinters will not come. This mesh they used to have. Suppose if that mesh can, why they have the mesh? Because in those places, those times, they used to have a carpet in the fire. So that will come and put a hole in the carpet. Likewise, these sinters is oxidized material. It blocks the process of the continuation of the energy or proper working of the organ. That is why it is like this. So what you should have? You should have a lot of antioxidants to combat. But here, the body senses that the sugar is something like a wet log. This sugar is something is not fit to go inside the cell. So body says, no, I don't want it. I don't want to. Please don't come in. It stops. So it stays in the blood because it's a bad sugar. Because of the malfunctioning of the organs, this has happened. So when it stops this one inside, it increases in the blood. Because it is a toxic material, kidney starts excreting. He says, no, I don't want to. Please get out, get out. It says, so the whole thing is thrown out. There is a percentage, not entire percentage of good sugar and bad sugar. Only the good sugar is taken. So for that amount of good sugar, the insulin is produced. So the body acts as a mechanism. In the mechanism. That is good sugar, bad sugar. So much amount of good sugar is there. So much of insulin is only enough. So it stops producing insulin. Not that it is not capable of producing insulin. It stops. Says enough. There is an automatic balancing mechanism. But what we say, the pancreas is gone, beta cells are gone, it is not producing. No, it has got the capacity, but it balances. But what we are doing, that bad sugar, toxic sugar, what is there inside, you force it and then send it through medicine, you send it into the cells. So the toxic sugar is burnt because it is forced. So much of more and more of oxidants, more and more of oxidation happens. More of oxidation. So your cells get spoiled. So the disease increases. Tell me one example where they have what is you are trying to manage diabetes, but you are not curing diabetes. But you are named as diabetic specialist. What diabetic specialist? You manage the numbers. But what you should do, you should try to find out which organ is not functioning well. Suppose you have a machine manufacturing bolts. It goes on punching and bolts are. The die has become bad. Die has become bad. So the bolt, whatever is coming out, will be not proper. What will you do? You have to change the die, not the bolt. Go on repairing each bolt. That is what these guys are doing. And you will never, the production will be like that. So we have to repair. That is why somebody used to ask me, what is the point for diabetes? You can't say. Because you should find out which organ is not functioning well. Repair that organ, then your diabetes. This is mainly because of our eating habits. Mainly, diabetes is mainly due to so much of toxins we take, so much of dirty things, all lifeless things. 90% of the things what we consume is lifeless. How many people eat fruits? How many people eat live things? How many people eat with hunger? Not many. How many people drink only when they are thirsty? No. How many people rather sleep early and get up early? No, not many. They have all the habits and stress, taking everything into it. Not understanding that you are going to die one day. Right? It is only, why do you want to take this? Live in the present. What I always live in the present. Nothing is going to come with you when you go. So why you run forever? The stress, I have to achieve this, I have to do this, I have to do it. What if you don't do it? Then also, please, the person who has achieved much, the person who has not achieved, so in the graveyard they are next to each other. There's nothing. So now enjoy life, enjoy every moment, be happy. But whenever you are happy, actually I have sent this Bruce Lipton's clipping in our group. Whenever you are happy, the cells, they are very enthusiastic. Faith. Why are you calling? Why do they say pray to God? So good will happen. He has the faith. He prays to God. So his thinking becomes positive. So whatever happening is also becoming positive. That is why they say pray to God. If you are going to brood over something negative thinking, the entire thing will be negative. The entire reason, it becomes negative. You are happy, everything's happy. Why do you say group prayers? So group prayers, when they say, a lot of people, they think positive. So the positive waves come back to you. Positive waves come. Suppose you go to a temple, you see the idol. What is there in the idol? It is only a stone. But your thoughts, good thoughts, this thing, and then what do you do? When you go there, you see the deity, and after that you close your eyes. Why do you close your eyes? Automatically you will close your eyes because the words are clear. That is why the idol also. Nothing great. It is only to condition your mind. Without idol also, if you can do it, you can do it. So there is nothing. It is only the conditioning of the mind. So the stress will, your thinking will be positive. Make it positive. So all these things, it will add to your inner energy adds to it. So this is the toxic production. Is the only reason, toxic sugar, the only reason. But find out which organ is not working properly, then repair that organ with acupuncture, with eating habits. Then your diabetes will go. And people nowadays, they play so because diabetes is a money spinner. Earlier, first they said if your sugar is 140, this one 100, no, you are not diabetic. Then they reduce the value. If you 120 to 80, then you are gone. So, not many people went into the diabetes group. They became diabetic. And again, they are reducing 100. Then more people are going. So, every time you say, are you diabetic? That is the first thing question we ask. Are you diabetic? How can you compare? How can you have a common figure first of all? Each person is different. My energy levels, I can lift, let us say, about 20 kgs. Other guy can lift 50, other can lift 60. So you could say all of us are the same. How can you generalize? Each body is different. I might require for my this more sugar. Only the symptoms. Because the person goes to your doctor, whenever he is sick, the person goes to your doctor and he says, I am not well. Immediately he says, blood test. What happens when you are sick? When you are sick, the body requires more energy because you won't be able to eat. Hunger. Body is repairing. How does it repair? It has to give more energy. More energy is what? Sugar. Automatically, we call that. Your adrenaline is pumped. Emergency situation. Adrenaline is pumped. And then more sugar is put into the bloodstream. You not have urine sugar. But more sugar is blood sugar. Because nowadays they don't check urine at all. They only say blood sugar. So that's why they got the confusion. Sometimes urine is there, urine is not there. Why this is happening? So at that time, you go and take blood sample, give the blood sample. Your blood sugar will be high. Then they say, oh, it is 220. That means you are diabetic. Put him on tablet. Only then after putting that only, you get that. Only after eating a tablet. And the most funniest thing is when they say you take insulin, okay, suppose you become hypoglycemic, take sugar. You only said don't take sugar. Now you say take insulin. You know what happens? I'll come to that. Adrenaline. Okay. Why they should say? Because sugar is depleted. The adrenaline is not pumping. So, whatever they are saying, it is only for the superficial. Their focus is entirely on pancreas and insulin. Totally, absolutely. And there are some other guys, who are coming out in public and saying that one guy, I don't want to name, but he says, you take blood, you add glucose, okay, then you measure, so your glucose will go up. You add fructose, then you measure, your sugar will be low. So you should take fruits. To take fruits is right, correct. But the explanation given is totally wrong. Because of these guys only, the people, they don't get the faith in the other alternative systems. When you add glucose, what is that you are testing with? You are testing with a glucometer. So glucometer will only read glucose. Glucometer will not read fructose. So when you put fructose, naturally it also gets converted. So it comes down. Because fructose is not measured. Only the glucose in that is measured. So this they say, oh, this is how you should. I mean, you should talk with sense. You are talking scientifically, and that fellow is given doctorate degree and whatnot. Because he has proved this. And this is going in WhatsApp like that. Terrible. It is not so. So you should talk the basic knowledge of science. Now we will slightly go deeper. So this is the human insulin. Where it is produced in the
Pancreas.
pancreas.
Pancreas is the only organ to produce glucose.
Pancreas is the organ to produce. So actually, it is the spleen which gives instruction to pancreas. How much to produce? It's only the spleen which gives instruction. And this is adrenaline. So when is insulin produced? When sugar is available, so the sugar has to be taken inside the cells. So at the time, insulin comes out. Comes out in the stream with whatever is the required amount is. So it goes inside this. And this adrenaline, when it is produced, when you want the stored sugar, stored glucose, has to come out. At that time, adrenaline is produced. So when insulin is there, adrenaline will not be there. You can't do both the jobs simultaneously. Either you have to get it or you have to. Whenever the situation is there, glucose, it goes. When the glucose is not there, the glucose is required, adrenaline comes out and takes. So when you take an insulin injection, what happens? Insulin levels are high. But there is no sugar in the blood. So you become hypoglycemic. Why? Because adrenaline will not come because insulin is there. You artificially you injected insulin. So adrenaline will not, because only when the insulin is cut off, adrenaline will go.
They start taking tablets.
Huh?
They start taking sugar tablets.
Yeah.
Suddenly feel more hunger.
Yeah, more hunger. Because sugar is required. Sugar is required, but there is no sugar. So sugar has, when it will come? Only when the adrenaline is pumped, the sugar will come. But adrenaline will not pump because you have insulin already. You don't produce. There is a balance. Natural balance is there. That is why people get into hypertension. Now you say, give more sugar. So the bad sugar should not get in it because it produces oxidation. It's not burning properly. So more and more and more and more. That is why when sugar, once you have sugar, then other diseases will start coming because of oxidation. So what is oxidation? You know, oxygen is always two atoms of oxygen makes a molecule. It is always known as O2. O2. When it is burning, okay, when it doesn't burn properly, what happens is one electron, there's two electrons only when it is there, it is balanced. But one electron escapes when it doesn't burn, like smoke. Fire is there. When the fire is not burning properly, smoke will come. That is actually oxidation. Right? That is why your eyes starts burning. So, but when it burns properly, there is no oxidation. Here the oxidation comes, so it is known as a free radical. What happens is, it's known as a free radical. What does this free radical? Because it has to get stabilized. It has to have two electrons, but it is having only one electron. So one electron, it has to go and take it from elsewhere. So there are so many enzymes working in our system in a systematic way. What it does, it goes and hangs on to some of the enzymes. So the enzymes changes in structure. That enzyme will not be able to complete its function. Suppose let us say A has to become product B. A product has to become product B. If there is no oxidation, A will become product B. But if there is oxidation, then A will remain as A. It will not become B. So A will be going on accumulating. That is waste. Because it is not being utilized, so it becomes a waste. Once it becomes a waste, the cells they lose their efficiency. The body, what it does within itself is it produces antioxidants by themselves. It produces, provided it has the capacity to produce. That is why, but external antioxidants when we give or our own body oxygen, when it gives, that free electron is there, the free radical. It takes it. So the free radical becomes debug. That is, it will not function. So it cannot affect the enzymes. This is the role of free radical. Right? So what happens in our system? It is something called glutathione. Glutathione is one of the very big, very good antioxidants what is being produced by our own body. So this one, glutathione, even B complex, vitamin B complex, vitamin B. Why do they give vitamin B complex? Because it is an antioxidant. It reduces your. So what is the most important amino acid is methionine. This methionine is found in milk, one of the essential amino acids, and many food items. Okay, this methionine has to be converted to homocysteine. The homocysteine has to get converted to cysteine. Cysteine to glutathione. This is the main antioxidant what your body produces. So you know why they say that don't eat cow's meat. See, only your body has got the capacity to convert certain amount of methionine to homocysteine. But heavy amount of milk or heavy amount of meat, especially cow's meat. Cow's meat contains a lot of methionine. It has a lot of methionine. So only a part of it, only this thing, it gets converted to homocysteine. From homocysteine to cysteine, when it has to get converted, we require a lot of antioxidants. Form a B complex. But what happens is when the methionine levels are methionine are high, homocysteine levels also become high. And that doesn't get converted to cysteine. This homocysteine is the reason, not cholesterol. Homocysteine is the reason for heart attacks. Did they found it in 1969 itself? But some of the pharmaceutical companies, I don't want to name the company, some of the pharmaceutical companies, they want to sell anti-cholesterol drugs because it is expensive. To make homocysteine to get converted to cysteine, just B complex will do. Very cheap. So they wanted to promote this, and then they promoted the cholesterol theory. Cholesterol theory is absolute humbug. Today, FDA says more of cholesterol doesn't matter. After killing so many people. Statin drugs, what they do is, there is something called acetyl coenzyme A, which gets into so many, like, beta carotene, this and so many things that comes out. It also produces cholesterol. What they have done, the statin drugs, they completely inactivate acetyl coenzyme B. So cholesterol is not produced. So there is a cholesterol reduction. But cholesterol is required. Cholesterol is required. I'll come to the fat metabolism. Cholesterol is required, especially for children. Don't take ghee, don't take butter, don't take fat. Actually, what you require is fat and carbohydrates. You don't require proteins. Proteins are manufactured by the body. Only when you are sick, the protein is not manufactured. And so in Ayurveda, they say, whenever you become sick, you take milk. Otherwise, milk is not required. Only when you are sick, milk is required. Protein is required. Growing children, protein is required. Elderly people, protein is required. For others, protein is not required at all. You become bodybuilder, like this. These are all waste. Whatever muscles you see, they are all waste. Why should you build a body for what? Okay, you are working in the field, you are a farmer, automatically you will get this bodybuilding. What is that you are going to achieve by that? Nothing. Especially I tell you, the people who are bodybuilders and this thing, they are not really men. They cannot function as a man. Yeah. Because all that waste accumulation. It's not necessary. Why do you want to build a body? For what? To show that I am this, that. To show the muscles. What is that you are going to achieve? You are only spoiling. You are unnecessarily doing something which for which this is not required for your day-to-day activity. So this homocysteine accumulation only leads to heart, not cholesterol. Cholesterol is the egg if you take. People when they take egg, please don't take the white. Take only the yellow. The other way around they say. Because that contains protein, animal protein is bad, plant proteins are better. But animal fat is good. For eating, if you are non-vegetarian, eat only the muscles, don't eat parts, but they contain protein. Okay. This cysteine to glutathione, that is the antioxidants what your body produces. So that is very important. So how will you go about repairing the curing diabetes? And diabetes is curable. Please don't go into the myth. If you are already on tablets or insulin, slowly start reducing it and increasing your natural diet and find out which organ is not functioning well, repair that organ. Then you will become whole. Then there's nothing. But long duration, long distance, heavy distance, it will take time. But don't worry about it. Don't worry. There are people who lived with diabetes 95 years old. It's not something. That's a lie. Don't always club disease with expectancy of life. Expectancy of life is the amount of breath what is being destined on you. See, actually, tortoise lives for 300 years. It hardly breathes 3 times in a minute. We breathe about 15, 16 times. Dog, only 16 years because it breathes so fast. Only the breath that counts. Don't get confused because you are destined to. But till the time we are there, we are alive. So we should stay healthy. Find out, repair that inefficiency. Number 2, consume fruits that the tongue finds appealing. So whatever you eat, your tongue should be nature. Don't say I like a chocolate and go on consuming chocolate. It should be nature, not artificial. So consume those fruits which are appealing. You like it. But that is the taste what the body wants. The taste is the most important thing for repairing the organs.
My mother, she also has diabetes. She takes more mangoes. She likes mangoes. Her sugar levels will go up. She takes more mangoes. But
Did you check the urine sugar level? See, don't go by the blood sugar level. Because we are only worried about the toxic sugar. So when the urine excretes, that means the toxic sugar levels you will know. Check the toxic sugar level. But be in the limit. You should not overload it, but be in the limit. Be in the limit. So you can take fruits. But suppose you like mangoes, you cannot consume 5-6 mangoes. Just take one mango or half. Be in a limit till you get all right. Till your sugar goes, then you consume 20 mangoes. So there is something which is balancing what you should. Everything you should balance. Don't go to extremes. Balance. Yes. Okay. And then more fat and less on carbohydrate. This is what they call it nowadays in diabetic treatment as a paleo diet. Paleo diet. Paleo diet is more of fat, less of carbohydrate. Why means when you take a lot of carbohydrate, starch is the one which gets converted to amylase. Amylase converts it to sugar. Fat is absorbed in the stream and it goes and burned through insulin. It burns in the cells. There is glucose. So at the time when that the carbohydrate metabolism is what you call it as carbohydrate metabolism. But when you take more of fat and less of carbohydrate, what happens is the fat gets digested in the ileum. It doesn't get digested in the stomach. It digested in the ileum. So there, fat metabolism takes over. There is no question of insulin. It is a fat metabolism. So you get energy through fat metabolism. So when you take a lot of fat, you become thin. When you take a lot of carbohydrate, you become fat. That is why earlier days, even in our cooking, or eating, they put rice and they put a lot of ghee. Now there's a ghee, cholesterol doubting. Put a lot of ghee. And even Lord Krishna loved butter. Okay? They put a lot of ghee. Why? Because this forms a coating. Even if you take Chinese food, because Chinese food, barring the non-vegetarian, Chinese food is very good. But they put fried rice. Anything they will put fried rice. So there is a coating of oil. So the stomach, after digestion, more of fat metabolism takes over rather than carbohydrate. But don't burn oil. Then suppose I fat. I'll take a lot of chips. I'll take because there it gets denatured. Oil as such. Take it oil as such. That's why I said egg yellow is better. Egg white when you take, what happens is there is a protein called avidin in egg white. It constricts your alveoli in the lung. Most of the people who consume a lot of egg white, they end up with lung problems. It's constriction takes place. So egg yellow is good. Don't take egg. Then you have to have more of magnesium. That is why, anything green, take more of green. The magnesium is the most wanted chemical by the liver. That's why liver is also green. Anything, we say, your color of the wood is green. More of magnesium. It is that magnesium which gets converted to calcium, not the calcium what you directly take. You consume calcium directly, it is harmful. It will not be absorbed. There was one scientist called Raghavan. What he thought, the eggs are being laid by the chicks. Eggshell is calcium. So let me feed more of calcium to the chicks so that the eggshell will be harder. So during transportation, there will be much of a damage will not be there. So he started feeding the chicks with calcium. To his surprise, he found that the shells became loose. They didn't become hard. So then he started checking how much of calcium is going in, how much of calcium is coming. Then he found that magnesium is the one which gets transformed into calcium. It's a formula on that. Magnesium is the one which gets transformed to calcium. That is what we call it as biotransformation. It's alchemy. Alchemy is happening in your system. One thing gets converted to, it is nature. It is nature. One gets converted to. So magnesium is more important. Take a lot of greens, a lot of this. Okay. So that will help you to get avoid of sugar. And totally don't shake white sugar at all. As I told you, white sugar should not be taken. Totally. Because white sugar does not have the life force. You put white sugar, immediately the ants will come. Immediately the ants will start. That means the is dead. Okay. So don't take white sugar. And you follow the prescription for health. This we have told, but anyway, I will read it out. Not much of explanation. Waste accumulation is the cause for any disease. This elimination is identified as disease. In fact, there is no disease at all. To avoid any further accumulation of waste, following basic rules need to be followed. Eat only when you are hungry. This we have talked many times. Drink water only when you feel thirsty. With your lips closed. Actually, there is, those days, people when they come and offer water, people what they say is they put something in water and then they drink. Some food. Like how we take buttermilk. Because that time it becomes food. What we talk is only about water, which is devoid of anything. We add something, no, it becomes food. Remember. Okay.
That's why they add seeds.
So it becomes food. Cumin seeds, that essence, it becomes food. That is not plain water. So that is okay. It should not have plain that RO water. Should have all the 6 stages. Should have all the 6 stages. Processed food does not contain all the foods. Because what is what we eat, even if it is devoid of one taste also. It's not. Don't process, don't eat which are processed. Avoid milk, curds, the other animal products containing animal proteins. As I told you, for children, elderly people, and people who are sick can take milk. Use only rock salt or sea salt. Do not consume free flowing salt. Because free flowing salt is contain only salt taste. That is why the salt this is free flowing. Whereas when the rock salt it becomes soggy in the expression. Store mineral water in an earthen pot before consumption. Because we have to consume mineral water because nowadays so much contaminated, can't take it. Then more of waste will get accumulated. You are injecting waste into your system. So take mineral water, but store it in an earthen pot. Earthen pot will give the life force. Even cooking in earthen pots will give life force. Chew your food very well, and all the tastes are digested in the mouth. You should follow only the tasteless, well macerated food. Then more than 60% of the diet should be from fruits, salad, and sprouts. So that contains life force elements. Consumes fruits before and after because the sweet taste, it increases your appetite, gives energy to your sweet is the taste of it. So before to get yourself prepared, after to complete the digestion. To consume carbohydrates and fats in good quantities. For health, people protein. This is what I do. Avoid intake of chemicals in any form or chemical infested food at any cost. That's why you go organic. Go organic. But nowadays, to find out whether it is organic or not, big question. But at least it will minimize. It will minimize the risk. Allow the waste to get eliminated. Do not contain. Whenever you are getting vomiting, better vomit. Think of because vomiting. Why vomiting is coming? It is not wanting that waste. It is a toxin. Body is rejecting it. Diarrhea. Allow it. Just maintain your water. Don't go and contain it. If you contain it, the waste will stay with it. Don't get eliminated. So allow relax. Just listen to your body. When the body is asking you to take rest, don't take it. Feeling tired, you want to take rest, take rest. Because otherwise you will be spoiling your system. People wake me up late night. So it's not good. Because the body is asking for it. Once you deny it, once you do that, you make it as a habit, then accumulation, waste accumulation, it tells you only a few times. After that, you don't say, you get accustomed. As I told you in the mind class, 45 days, you do anything, then it becomes a custom. In the body. They told you 11 to 3, you should sleep. After 10:30, go to your bed. 10:30, you get up at 5 o'clock or so. Then you can do it. But don't be awake between 11 and 3. If you are not getting sleep between 11 and 3, then your mood has gone for a 6. Try to prepare your body. Do not skip your breakfast. It's breaking the fast. It is the time for the stomach. So, because you have to fit, then the absorption will be there. Because the energy, the earth energy, will be at its peak between 7 to 9. 7 and 9 is the stomach. Take the breakfast so that the digestion is complete. Do not contain urine. Once you contain urine in motion, it starts, the waste gets circulated in the fate. It's absorbed, reabsorbed. It is not. So, best fruits, veggies for best. Actually, you should say best are fruits and veggies for diabetes. People are expensive. So, take lot of fruits, lot of. You find out which organ, which taste. You suppose, let us say, you have to energize your liver. Because of liver, you have diabetes. Okay. Then increase the taste of sour. Suppose you have diabetes because of fat. Increase the rate of bitter. Diabetes in the case of a lot of people get diabetes because of large intestine. So increase the taste of spice, pepper. Because increase of this thing, increase the taste of salt. Yeah. Likewise, adjust that the watery fruits you can take. Because of diabetic fruits, so cucumber, pumpkins. This is supporting the water because of kidneys, because this. So that is why people who are diabetic, whichever organ is in trouble, which are not cooperating, that organ will fail first. Because kidney is in problem, the kidney is fail. If people colon fails, colon will fail. Liver problem, fatty liver. They are diabetic, same time, fatty liver also. So that organ, so you start repairing that organ, energizing that organ. So diabetes will be diabetes. Then the organ will be repaired. So that you have to. So any question on diabetes, I will answer. Then I will go to the.
How do you find which organ is not functioning well?
That is what our acupuncture class is. How do you find? How do you find what are the symptoms?
Yes, sir.
Go through the symptoms. Go through all that. Then you will know which organ is in trouble. So that kind of easily. Not it. Just asking few questions. Standard question is asking few questions. You know, whichever what is the taste, what is the problem, where is the problem. So you will find easily find.
Diabetes.
All symptoms based.
Diabetes now it's always better to see the sugar, blood sugar, and taking diabetes. Blood sugar or blood sugar?
You check only urine sugar.
No need.
Don't worry about blood sugar. If you don't have urine sugar, don't worry about the values of blood sugar at all. Don't worry about the values at all.
It's the only outcoming point of the rest. Urine is the only outcoming point.
It is a toxic because your kidney should be fine. Suppose your kidneys are damaged, then there is sugar coming out. That is not a thing. Generally, kidneys are good. Listen, otherwise you have a severe kidney. But you test only the urine sugar. The kidney is efficient. Kidney has not gone for a sense. These are all right. Only when there is a toxic sugar, only then you are diabetic. If you don't have urine sugar, don't worry about it. Let the sugar go up to 200 to 50. Nothing to it. The body is repairing. Don't worry about it at all.
The SP6 and DB43 is a must point. Is it doctor for diabetic?
Fun?
SQ1? SP6 and DB43, is it a must point for diabetic treatment?
For what? What type of? Which organ? Diabetic, which organ? Diabetic, there is no common treatment. It all depends on which organ is damaged.
Okay.
So to find out you are diabetic due to which organ.
Okay.
So which organ is malfunctioning? Only because of that diabetes. Find out that organ and treat that organ. That's all. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, any other questions?
People are diabetic. They lose weight.
Yeah, because people who are diabetic, what is happening? What is weight? Muscle. Muscle contains what? Stores what? Sugar. So when you are diabetic, the sugar is not getting inside because all bad sugar. So sugar is not getting inside the cell.
Plastic.
So there is a lack of energy or sugar in the system. It draws adrenaline, it draws energy, stored energy in the muscles and liver, and then it starts feeding your system. So you lose weight. But if you repair it, then you lose weight. But what happens here? When they give you the medicine, Okay, the bad sugar is sent in. Along with it, the oxidation is also taking place. A lot of waste is also accumulated. You put on weight. So they think, oh, sugar, and then this thing I am losing weight. So I put on weight, I become all right. No, they are becoming more sick. Unless in other words, you repair that particular organ, the cause for diabetes, yeah, treat, but never cure. Diabetes is curable. Any other questions?
Question, are you able to hear me?
Yes?
Okay. There is a concept that diabetes due to improper insulin.
Please speak a little louder. Who is that? Nallathambi.
There is a concept that diabetes is due to improper insulin secretion. That
Improper?
insulin secretion by pancreas.
Yeah, that's what I told you. It is wrong.
Yeah. Just 1 second. Then this insulin improper secretion is due to that saliva is not going along with the food. Okay. Now there is one possibility: the people has to chew properly so that the saliva goes along with the food, which activates the pancreas for insulin secretion.
No. See, have saliva in secretion. More of absorption takes place in the mouth, more energy is got. It is fine. There's no problem. But that is not the solution. The solution is repairing the organ which is the reason for diabetes. That organ which is because diabetes is not cannot be fixed to only one organ. It can be your stomach, it can be your spleen, it can be your heart, it can be your small intestine, it can be anything. All the 12 organs we are talking.
It is because there is a high sugar and that affects some organ. But now to control high sugar, you require the insulin to be secreted by the pancreas.
No. Control high sugar is because the production of toxic sugar is more, which is not getting absorbed in the system. You follow me? That sugar, insulin is not directly related with the insulin production, is related with the good and bad sugar production. If you have more of bad sugar production, your insulin level will come down. If you have more of good sugar and less of bad sugar, your insulin requirement is less. Remember this. Now,
The
it is
logic
not.
which I was told is the insulin secretion, if it is less, then it becomes bad sugar. Whatever the carbohydrate which we take through food, it becomes bad sugar. So that logic seems to be wrong now.
Yeah, that's what it is. It is, if the bad sugar is more, your insulin production becomes much more less. If the bad sugar is less, your insulin production is slightly less. That's what it is. It is only the production of blood sugar determines the insulin production.
No.
So repair that organ which is the cause for production of bad sugar.
Now, what is the cause for the bad sugar?
What I told you, this is because you don't have enough, I told you the antioxidants. The organ becomes bad. Organ is not functioning well. Suppose your liver is not functioning well. Liver is the cause for diabetes. Suppose your large intestine is not functioning well. Large intestine is the cause for diabetes. Any one of the 12 organs. Stress, worry, these are all because due to our pericardium and this one, they call it, triple organ.
Okay.
We'll come to that when we take fire. We are going to talk about mind and this one, thought. But that is the reason. So it is only the organ which is getting clear.
Okay.
Can we move on? Can we move on to next session?
Yes.
So we have been talking about the imbalances, right? But we never thought characters. We have to say what is normal. Imbalance is there. What is normal? So here we say it is worrying. But what is normal? You should be cheerful. Happy, cheerful, no? Cheerful. And here we say sad, weeping. But here you should be laughing, happy. Okay. Fear should normal is bold. Anger, love. If there is love, there is no anger. If there is anger, there is no love. Fire, you have to be modest. No? But ego is the one where the imbalance, whenever the imbalance comes up. You have to convert this into this. Balance to normal. That again it happens. So whenever you are worried, you say, well, you need to do something which can make you cheer. Whenever you are weeping, so you can switch on a TV channel and see some jokes. Or see WhatsApp nowadays, you get a lot of jokes. Okay, so listen to them. You see them. So whenever we are very fearful, then you always think, be bold. Let it happen. So what? Don't worry about it. Whenever you are angry, then you also think of the good things what the other person has done to you. Love. So many good things you would have done. Think about that instead of the anger. And then ego comes in, I. Leave that I. Become modest. You are what? Become modest. Think. Just accept things rather than expecting things. So now, how will you control anger? The most difficult thing for an angry person to accept. How can we control anger? Anger is anger. So what the first suggestion is, you vent out your anger. Don't contain it. You vent it out. Vent out means don't go and hit him or go give something back. This. No. Even you can, so that is why many people, when they are angry, they will hit the table. They will hit the chair or eat something, or some people throw something. Some people go and hit against the wall, hitting their head. No problem. As long as you don't harm anybody, don't hit him, because he will hit back. Okay. So don't hit anybody. You vent it out. So then what you should think? Why should I get angry? Why did I get angry? Start rolling the thought. Start rolling the thought. And then you will find out it was unnecessary. It's totally unnecessary. It will be a very, very small thing. I'll tell you one story. One lady was taking her daughter outside. She was coming out of the shop. This little girl, she was crying. She wanted something. Her mother didn't want to or can't have. So she was crying. The girl was crying. Mother said only one thing. She said, don't get upset. Let us call her Nancy. Don't get upset, Nancy. Don't get upset, Nancy. The girl was crying. And Bhagar was watching. Then he said, why don't you say don't get upset, Nancy, don't get upset, Nancy. Why don't you tell her something, why don't you advise her something on this thing? No, I am Nancy, she said. I am Nancy. She said, I am Nancy. Not the girl said. So, you should know how to control. See, what you do is count before reacting. Best thing is count. Not best thing is say, control it. One other don't react. Okay, it's fine. Let us let it happen. It has happened, so it has happened. It has to happen, so it has happened. Don't react. The thing is, you can don't slowly go to the next stage. You don't react immediately. Take some time off. Think. Some people say, whenever you get angry, count 1, 2, 3, 4. So don't, once you react, what happens is, you must have seen all these fights. It will start with one thing and it will end with so many other things. Whatever they had thought about, whatever they have imagined, whatever they have pictured about the other guy, everything will start. And it will become big. Then all the families will become that. And the family, they will start. For what? Who is your enemy? Who was your best friend? Only a friend can become an enemy. A new person will not become an enemy. Only a friend can become. And sitting calmly. Generally, what you should do is, people who are very angry, before going to bed, just run through the day's happenings. Whenever you are happy, why you are happy? Whenever you are angry, why you are angry? You go deeply, this thing, go back. It will be mainly because of the desire. Desire is the root cause for all. So what? If it is not there, what happens? Jealousy, desire, all these things. These are the reasons for you to become angry. If you start controlling your anger, your wood will become all right. Otherwise, you will, whatever treatment we give to correct the wood, it will never get clear. You have to control your anger. Irritation. Anything else? So, rerun the situation. Whatever, why you got angry, why you this thing, why you said those words. Because if I had not said those words, it won't continue. The best thing is, to say sorry. You started something. Just say, even to your wife, even to your children. Say sorry. Sorry, I know I was in a bad mood. So please don't take it to heart. They will also come. They become your friends. See, nothing is permanent in this. So you have good and you have bad. Both coexist. It is only the question of how much of good we are going to increase. You increase your credit rather than that. Think, rethink, rerun the situation. Whenever you become calm, you become. So then you run through the whole situation. Then see why this happened. Then what will happen is your mind will start becoming calmer and then you can also think of the outcomes. You have become angry. You said something. Then think of the outcomes. Whatever has happened after that. Any old situation. Any this. Think of the outcome. Was it helpful? Is it helpful to you? In what way it is helpful? Always think the other person is you. You and the other person is not different. We are from the same Paramatma. They're all coffee in a mug, coffee in a tumbler, coffee in a this thing. No, they're all different. The containers are different. Content is the same. So why should you? Why all this difference? Why all this thing? Because you want to become you, I want to become famous. You can become famous. Okay. When you die, the other person next to you is a criminal. Both of you are in the same plane. So it is not that I will do this. These things will not work. Accept, don't expect. Whatever happens in your life, just accept. And you have to change. You have to change your past to your life. So there's whatever you change. Immediately you change. Because you live in compartments. This is happening. Forget it. Okay, this is something is not palatable, something bad. So change to something which you like, which you enjoy. This is anger and shame. Hate the sin, not the sinner. Because somebody has, let us say, for example, somebody has cheated you with money. So he says he's cheated you. So generally you feel bad. So you brand him that he's a bad person. If he's a bad person, is he bad for everybody? He's good for even a thief has got friends. So they have seen the good points in him. They didn't see only the bad point. See the good point. They are friends. So see the good point in him. But be intelligent. Next time when he asks for money, don't give. Say something. But suppose he is asking for some other help. Something is happening. Give, do. So that hatred is hate. With the hate. But love, there is no hate. Love everybody. Because love is God. God has created all these people to balance. Like how we have yin and yang. There, men and female. Because He has given this world to run. It is in and out, good and bad. Actually, God is beyond good. And you are God. You have the God within you. The thing is, you are not realized. Once you realize the God is there within you, then you not feel, you not judge, don't judge people. There is no point in judging. The person who is good today will become bad. A bad person can become good. A rich man can become poor. A poor man can become. See, all these things, it is always changing. So don't just watch the fun, enjoy your life every minute of your life. Don't expect anything, accept it. So don't expect, there is no disappointment. Just lead the life like how you're watching a movie. You watch your own life like a movie, then you will not get it. Detach yourself, be attached, but say that, be detached. Do your duties, do something, give something back to the system. Then stay calm. Nothing. World will remain the same. It's only how you look at the world, depends on you. It establishes you. Yeah. You wear dark glasses, it will be. You wear blue, it will be. So it is your way of looking at it. Life is just this. Same moon, same this thing, trees, same this and trees. But if you are in a good mood, you will enjoy. Or in a bad mood, you won't enjoy. You better enjoy it and be in good mood. So that life becomes simple. So what you should do? You should keep smiling.